Before I start working with new clients, I always offer a 30-minute free discovery session just to get to know each other and see if I'm the right one for them to work with and if they're the right one for me to support, given what I offer and given what they're looking for. So we always look at first, what is it that you really want? What area in your life do you want to change? What is not working? Why are you reaching out? And it's very interesting because when we start looking at what they want, it's very, very common that the first thing that they say is like, well, I don't want this anymore, and I'm tired of this, and I want to change this. And so the first thing that comes out of most people is what they don't want. And that's a very common thing, probably also in the world where many people like to talk about the problems, what they don't like, who they don't like, what should be different. It's just a bad habit, actually. It's a bad habit that we all have. And we can change that, of course, once we become aware of it. So when we work with that and to see, what they really want, then it takes a little time, so maybe it's something like, I want a different job, I want to get rid of my partner, or I want a different relationship with my partner, or I want to move, or there's things that we get down to when we get underneath of what I don't want. Then there's like, okay, I want a new car, or I want to be more successful. There's these things that we want, and they're almost always related to the worldly things, more of something or less of something. It's always directed out there. So when we get some clarity on what they want, then my next question is always, okay, so just imagine that you have that, you have this new car, you have this new job, or you are making more money. Having that, what is really important about that for you? What will that do for you? And then they usually share the next layer of what they want. They want to maybe relax more, they want this or that. And then I will ask again, well, if you have that, imagine that you have that. And you can go along with this in your own experience, of course. So, having that, what does that do for you? What is important about that? So, we usually go a few rounds, and what it does is help them get clarity about what they really want, really in here. What is the experience that they are looking for? And it might be the same for you. What is the experience that you are looking for if you can change your life situation and circumstances? And what I see in, I would say, everyone, what we really want is peace, connection, feel love, be happy, be joyful. So when we have these outer things, then we are hoping to finally come down to experience what we really deeply want inside. And what that means is that all of us, what we really want is to experience who and what we are. Because we have moved away so far outside of who we are, it's like we have forgotten who we are. We have severed the connection. And instead of going back to the fountain where it all comes from, if we have moved too far away, we may not even remember the fountain anymore. So we think it's all out there and that there is happiness and fulfillment to be found out there. And I know that we all can find happiness and fulfillment out there for a while. and maybe for a long while. For most of us, we realize that's not it either. There is more. So the longing for all of us, when it really comes down to it, is that we are longing for who we are and fully reconnect with ourselves. Because when we do, then we are experiencing the peace, the love, the ease, the grace that we all want. And it is inside, but we do have to go there to find it and make a conscious choice to not keep trying to look for it out there. So just if it resonates with you, just see if you can go a few levels down and see if that is true for you, that what you really want is peace. It's just take a deep breath, and not be so involved and in survival mode and endure mode all the time, but just chill out. It's inside of everyone, that longing, but it may not be fully available and accessible for everyone. If we're too far away, we definitely may need some things out there before we're able to feel that deeper longing. So if you are finding yourself out there, and it could be you really need some money to pay your rent, it may be you need some cure for a disease you have, then it's very hard to let that go when you're in this ultra survival mode. It's hard to let it go and just say, okay, I just want peace. Some may do that, but not everyone. So if there are these layers that we still are really stuck in, please do whatever you need to take care of that, because that may be at the forefront. I just want to be healthy. I want my energy back. And then you really need to address that first, or also maybe simultaneously. So, like I always say, it's not about bypassing. Bypassing will never work in the long run. So, I hope this inspired you. And I wish you a beautiful day.